Well, as you can see, it's gone from pissing down with rain, horrendous, to not bad at all. So since I was down this neck of the woods, I started off on clearing out the not the sandy bank now, the Mesa Bute trails there the other day, and completely lost it in the forest. So I thought I'd start from the other end. However, I've discovered that there are two pieces at that other end that on the road that look remarkably similar. If you're coming in from the bottom end, Kananaskis, you'll come to a sign that says Kananaskis Improvement District or whatever. There's a curly little side trail that turns off before the sign, and there's also one after the sign. The one before the sign is the one you want. Somebody's clearly been up in here. This has all been daisy chained with marker tape, thank goodness, because there's a lot of trails go off here. So this tree here, I'm just going to clear this mess out of here, and then I will continue on my way. Well, the trail up this way comes up this way. Lots of nice orange flagging. Whoever it was who put that up there, thank you. It's got a mess up through here without it. So I just cleared all these out of here. Wow, there's a whole bunch in here. Cleared all those out. And just over here, I found a bunch more. Seems to be a common theme on this trail. So we cleared out all this lot. Cleared all the branches off this one. This one's going to have to stay on the ground. I can't cut them when they're on the ground like that. There's not much point really. Might as well just step over it. Oh, I have that one off the trail there. That can go somewhere else. That can go over that way. Oh, I'm trying not to fall down that hole. There we go. So whoever marked this up through here, thank you very much. Did a nice job of it. Yeah, it's a little bit daisy chained, but unfortunately through a forest like this, that's good tape too. Yeah, yeah, whoever did this, thank you. Yeah, yeah. That clears that corner out. Right, onwards and upwards. Oh, look at this, very nice. Oh, another bit of tape, excellent. Well, considering it started off raining like absolute crazy this morning, I'm going to take this. Forest is very damp. Everything I touch is just raining like crazy. Well, look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good day out in my book. Excellent. I will continue on up the hill. Right, didn't have to go far to find the next mess. This looks clearly like the trail. And I can see some more tape over there. So yeah, I'll clear this one off of here. Somebody has made a path around it, but it ain't going to take me too long to get that out of there. Right, let's get that one cleared out. Alright, another one done. Just blocked off that little piece. Somebody obviously made a side trail up there because this bit's been blocked for a while by the look of it. And I saw another piece of orange tape up in here somewhere. Where did I see that? Up that way. Okay. Right, there's another bit. I think what somebody had done is, when that tree was down on that corner, they'd literally just cut it right off. Yeah. Either way. Oh dear. I must be getting fairly close to the top, I think. Oh god, aspens. I don't mind cutting fir and what have you. I know it's heavy, but oh my god, these aspens are crazy heavy. Yeah. I think I might just take that one off the top there and be done with it. Yeah, if I just cut that one out of there, I'm going to make a gap. 4 logs or 1? Oh, 2. I think I know which I'll take. Oh, another one out of the way. Yeah, there was 4 logs on that part of the trail, or 1, 2 logs on that part of the trail. So detour it is. Oh, that stuff's heavy. It cuts real easy because it's wet, soggy, basically sponge. This stuff's just like sponge, it grows really fast. It's not exactly good quality wood for anything really. It does make good firewood if you dry it right out. Get out of my hair, Buzz. Some bug. Right. Now then. Oh. Do I be a die-hard or so I just go round? Oh. Piece of orange tape fell off the branch that it was on. So I will find somewhere to tie that. Since I now appear to be on the top of the forest, I'll just clear those little bits off there. And we'll be done there. Yay, success! I'm at the top of the hill and I know that I'm where I was the other day because there's those 2 branches I cut off. So somewhere up through here I should find those other ones that I cleared out. And there's the 2 big ones across the trail. And oh, look at that now, eh? I was going to do Missing Link this morning, and when I got down there it was raining so heavy, it was just like a torrential downpour. The Gorge Creek Trail or whatever that's called that goes up through there, let me tell you, that was like a rally stage, fully greased piece of road. So that's a scary piece of road at the best of times. But this morning it wasn't good, so I thought, nah, it was pouring with rain, I couldn't see anything. So I was going to call it a day and head home, and I thought, well, while I'm down this way, do you know what, I'll see if I can find my way up from the bottom of this trail. And hey presto, here I am. Now if I remember rightly, there was a couple of bits up here that are a bit higgledy-piggledy, so I will see if I can make a better job. I've got some decent marking tape with me today, so apologies for the leave no trace people. However, once the trail gets back to being used again, we can take it all down. It tends to be what I do. I leave it up so people know where they are. Once the trail is blatantly obvious that you could follow it with your eyes closed, then I come along and take it all down again. I did that up Hunchback Hills. I went up there one day and a lot of people had marked that. So, let me tell you, I took a grocery bag with me and I literally filled it with tape, taking it off, coming down. Hey, look at that, some kind person cut that tree out yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday. Yeah. Oh, look at the quality of the cuts here, just amazing. Look at that. Oh, you could tell that the guy that cut that was actually really hungry at the time. That was one heavy log, that one. Right, well, progress is being made. I can't move those 2, unfortunately. They are on the trail and they're going to have to wait for somebody with a chainsaw. Now yesterday I did have some pink tape with me, which I used for marking my way through this last little bit of blowdown before the top of the hill. So there's my tape. So I will put this camera away for a second because I know there's a couple of small ones up here I need to clear out. Oh no, look at that. Found my way to the top. Yeah, it's a grouse. Hello grouse. These things you've got to watch these. I call these heart attack birds because there he goes. Look. You can literally walk 2 feet away from those things. They will not move. But let me tell you. Okay. So where did the picnic table go? I was here 2 days ago and the picnic table was right there. So where the hell did it go? Oh, over there I guess. Not quite certain why people felt the need to move it all the way over here, especially on a big slope like that. Not sure why they put that there. That's the kind of thing, you might not think the wind would catch it, but the wind could easily catch that and tumble that down that hill, and that would be a real shame because there's an absolute godsend, that thing at the top of the hill. So not sure how heavy it is. Oh, reasonable. Looks like I'm carrying a picnic table back over there. Oh well. That wasn't quite in my plan for today, but at least it's not broken. Right, let me put this down over here somewhere, get all my gear off, and go rescue a picnic table. Right, oh well. Yeah, let's put that there. Right, that'll do for the moment. Let's switch this off for a second. Right, there we go. One rescued picnic table, back where it belongs. Quick trick for you, if you ever need to move a picnic table, don't do it with the feet facing downwards. It's extremely hard to move, especially on your own. What you do is you turn it upside down so the flat boards are on the ground. This is wet grass. You just pull it along the grass. It's actually really easy. Hardest bit is turning it over and back up the right way again. I never try to move it with the feet on the ground because that's a real pain. So just flip them upside down. The boards are flat, they just slide along the ground perfect. They charge the batteries up. I finally got round to numbering my batteries because I kept swapping out batteries and then forgetting, oh, which one was the one that was dead, which one's the good one. Yeah, so I've actually numbered them now. I've been meaning to do that for the longest time, but now I've done it. I ate all my food earlier. I had a picnic. I do have actually in here. Ooh, I just remembered. You know what? Oh ho ho! I have a trail mix bar. I just remembered that. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I do have something to eat. It's just as well after doing all that lot coming up here. So I have marked it a little bit with chicken feed pink tape, and then the pink tape turns into orange tape. But once established the trail, once it's well worn again, and I'm sure it won't take long for it to do that, as this is a very, very popular area, I will remove all that tape. But for the moment, it'll have to stay. God, what another glorious day. I was literally straight down through the mountains that way. I can see Shangalashi. That's where I was, down near the bottom of there, which is way down through the middle of that lot, right down through the middle of the picture there. That's Shangalashi, and that's where I was this morning, and it was absolutely pouring hard. There's a mountain up there called Missing Link, which is a very nice view and what have you from the top. It's one that I've been meaning to do. Oh, look at the drop off there. So if that picnic table got blown over there, that'd be the end of that. It just fall to pieces. Look at the flowers coming. That's a good thing about being up here and in the meadows this time of the year. And it can be a complete crapshoot. You could come 2 weeks later and it would be completely different. But at the moment I can see lots of purples and whites and yellows and some more deep purples. Not sure what those ones are. Yeah. Oh, there's some nice ones over there, like purpley blue ones. And something that's very encouraging, lots of bees, loads and loads of big bumblebees. Yeah, that's always a good sign of a good healthy area. Now the campground's down over that way, so my guess is that that other trail comes up through there. So they've been doing a bunch of logging up in here, so that's kind of messed up a bit of the trail coming up through here, but they're very good at reclaiming it. Once it's done, they do put it all back and they replant everything and all that kind of stuff. So it is actually a requirement in Alberta. You cut it, you replant it, simple as that. Yeah. And I think I'm right in saying they actually plant 2 trees for every one they cut down. Obviously there's going to be some losses in the trees over the years, but it's I think they plant 2 for every one that they cut down. But it is a managed forest. People do need to remember that. You know, it's grown for timber. Most of what you see here is grown for timber. So it's nice when the forests are intact, but all the stuff that's left on the forest floor, that's very, very important. If you look down there, all the slash and that they've cut, they just leave that to rot on the ground, which is absolutely vital, because that re-nourishes the floor. Damn, that steep slope down there, eh? Yeah. Right, so at least I now know that those 2 pieces are connected. What was it, 65A, 65 and 65F I think it was. Either way, it comes down the back way, and it's actually rather nice down through there. That is a really nice forested walk, and it's shorter than going the other way. So if you just drive up the road a little bit further, just before you see the sign that says the provincial park sign, if you head up there just a little bit past there, hey presto, you're just park on the side of the road. There's loads of parking. The first little bit is steep, looks like a quad track. There's another quad track a bit further up, which is really slippery, which is the other side of the green sign. You want to be on the south side of the green sign. You'll see there's a little cutway goes up through. Just follow that up, goes up and around. Well, I can see smoke down through there, through the trees. Way in the distance there, I can see a lot of smoke. What's going on there? Way down through there. Now, let's get my bearings from here. Where are we? Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of smoke. I'm going to keep an eye on that, because if that turns into lots and lots of smoke, that wouldn't be good. There's definitely something down through there. But quite often people are clearing out deadfall and what have you, and they're doing the brush piles, like pine beetle control and all that kind of stuff. So it's not unusual to see little piles of smoke here, there and everywhere. But they do manage the forest, especially with bloody pine beetles, pain in the ass. So they do manage them. So yeah, that could well be what that is, but I will keep an eye on that just in case. Yeah. But now I'm going to sit down, have my trail mix bar, which has been in my pack for a little while. Hope it still tastes good, and enjoy the sight. Look at that, second time I've been up here now, and nobody here. This place is normally packed. Yeah. Right, excellent. I'm going to head back down the same way that I came up, I think. And that way I can clear out a little bit more on the way down. And the more people that walk that trail, the better visual it comes. And it's actually a lot shorter. If I go back down that way, which is the way everybody comes up, it's actually a lot further. So that back way, it's got a couple of little steep bits, but I'll tell you what, it's a very nice walk up through the forest. And because it's like zigzagging, and it's very nice zigzags up through the trees, you don't realise you're gaining as much elevation as slogging up that great big hill over there. Yeah, so it's actually a much better route. I actually prefer that route. Now I've done both. I would use that one much better. So I'm just going to clear it out a bit better on the way back out and make sure it's marked nice. Well, one thing I have to say, I'm very impressed with, is I've looked around here on 2 separate days now. I haven't found a single solitary piece of garbage, not one. Not even a cigarette end. So, which is actually really good. Literally, there is nothing here whatsoever. Yes, very good. He's had a fire since the other day, though. It's different. Ash pile is different. That is actually really good to see. The shovel's now up the tree. So I guess that's not a bad place for it. The bench is now back where it belongs. Oh. Look at the heck that is. Let's fill out the tree. A roasting fork, I guess. Some bits of wire. Yeah. Right. Yes, not a single solitary bit of garbage anywhere. It's all ready. This thing's been getting a workout on the way up here, I tell you. Yeah. These things cut like little chainsaws. They're absolutely brilliant. I have looked at getting one of those battery powered chainsaws. However, then you've got to worry about oil and all that kind of stuff. And once the battery's dead, you're now carrying pretty much a useless tool. It's you can't do anything with it. And I've been looking at, I have a bunch of Makita batteries, so logically you would get the Makita one. However, the Milwaukee one, excuse my fingers there, the Milwaukee one is actually, seems to be very good because it's got a 12 ampere battery. However, those batteries are like $300 a piece. So, I don't know, you can buy the kit, but then you're lugging a chainsaw up and down the hill, and with any chains, in any chainsaw, it doesn't matter how you power it, there's always the danger of chains breaking, and now you've got to oil them and carry all that other crap and what have you. However, with this, all I need is food. Yeah. This thing cuts like a little chainsaw, and it also limits the amount of material that I will cut. So I'm not going to cut ridiculously large stuff because I'm limited by the size of the saw. If I had one of those electric chainsaws, one last look around, I might be tempted to cut bigger stuff, and that's some of the stuff I cut is heavy enough. I don't really want to be doing that, so Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a walk down and out of here on the route that I made. It closely follows the original route, and it cuts off one corner. It cuts off one little corner, but unfortunately there's no way. I'm just checking all my pockets, because now is the time to find that I don't have everything with me, rather than at the bottom of the hill. Right, there we go. Yes, I would hate to have to walk back up that hill just to find something little. Yeah, this shelter thing that somebody's built here, I guess it's good for kids to play in, I guess, if it's not a windy day, but personally, nah. That's them making a fire pit in here. That's really bad. So what I'm going to do is I am going to scatter these rocks all over the show. That is not something that people should be doing. So let me just scatter this lot, and then we can head out. There we go. Scattered, covered. There are very good fire pit at the top. Don't need an additional fire down here, especially on top of all these tree roots. You never know, the fire gets into the ground. A root fire can burn underground for a long time. If you take larch, for instance, you get larch roots. That's a good way of actually transporting fire. If you pull larch roots out of the ground, make them into a bundle, light one end of them in a fire, and just blow it so it glows orange, you can carry that around for hours, and it will slowly burn from one end of the root to the other. So if you light a fire in somewhere like this, and you get a root fire going, that fire can smoulder along those roots for a very considerable period of time. And then next thing you know, wind gets up, hey presto. Right, so what I did is, there's the tumble down like shacky thing up there that somebody built. There's one big log there, just over the big log. That's where the trail used to go, but down through there's about 20 or 30 really big trees, and then the trail just peters out to nothing. So if you come over that big log, literally 50 feet, 100 feet from the ramshackle shelter, turn left, and you'll start to see the chicken feed that they put in the trees here. So this actually cuts a corner off, makes it into a usable trail, and it won't take long. You can see there's actually part of an existing trail through here anyway, so somebody has used it over the years. But the big trail, like the main trail, seems to go off to the right there. So I have put up some tape here, there and everywhere. And down through here there are quite a lot of tumbly down trees, so you've still got to do a little bit of tree hopping, but I have made it as blatantly obvious as is humanly possible, without creating a 6-lane highway. That's never my intention. Get off, bug. Whatever that is can get off and walk. All the way through here you'll see there's little bits of pink tape, and I've done them so that you can see one to the next. This is only a very short section. Once you're through this section, it's actually pretty easy to follow the original trail. My guess is the trail kind of swung round on its own. There was one tree in here as I came up, was making some very unhealthy noises, so I've just been watching that one. So yes, it is a bit tapey for those people that don't like tape. However, it's easier than trying to walk through that. Best of luck. So I have cut down through here. I did some a couple of days ago, and I did some more today. But it is blatantly obvious now. I cut that one out. Cut a bit more off that one. Follow it down through the trees. Follow the pink tape. This pink tape eventually at the far end turns into orange tape, so you can see the original trail under here. So we're back onto the original trail already. It just kind of cuts that weird corner off. Nothing I can do about these two trees. If you happen to have a chainsaw, feel free to come up and cut those out. But for me, I'm just going to go around. Yeah. I cut all these out a couple of days ago, and I lost the trail down through here. It just turned into an absolute mess. So there is one little bit up here that is still a mess, but it's only a short section. So I still have to join those two pieces together because I bushwhacked through one bit of it. So now I know where this goes. I wanted to make sure I was on the right path before I cleared out too much. You know, it's like the animals and that make really good trails. Well, an animal trail is not necessarily a people trail. So I don't want to make trails all over the bloody show. Just want to keep it so that people know where they're going. Yeah. Basically, if you can't follow this, well, I don't know. At least you can get off and walk. There you go. Notice a number of bugs today. We had that good rain last night. Holy smokes. Compared to the other day. Yeah. And the advantage of walking this one twice is when you walk one direction on a trail, you see different things than when you walk back on the other. But the route becomes more obvious. And the more people that walk it, you know, plants get squashed and little branches get cut off and snapped off here, there and everywhere. So the more people that walk it, the better established the trail comes. Now there is a bit just up through these trees a bit further up. That's where I cut those two branches off the other day that I didn't like. So that was my marker. That's what I was looking for. But once I found that, I knew where I was. Because down through here the other day, this is where the trail kind of vanished. And it did a little bit of that today. So I had to bushwhack through a little bit. But it was only a short distance. So my theory is I will see if I can completely join those two pieces together. See, somebody had marked this one before, that's not my tape. If I can just join these pieces, that rock off there, that's an angle buster. So this is pretty much where I ran out of trail the other day, because it looked like it went through there. However, I discovered, because I came up the other way, that if I come through here, now again it's a bit zigzaggy because obviously just working around all these tree trunks, nothing I can do to move these tree trunks out of the way, not a damn thing. Even if I had an electric chainsaw I wouldn't be touching these. That is just way, ooh, that's a big one. Now this is kind of where the trail vanished the other day, so that's where I put my pack because I had the pink tape up the tree. So today I have this one last little bit to see if I can join it together. I don't mind bushwhacking, but most people aren't comfortable doing that. As soon as they run out of obvious trail, they go into, oh my god, panic mode. So I will continue down this way for a bit. I did mark up some more down through here. Right, yes. See, off on this side, this is where I marked everything up. Now, I came up through, this is where the pink doesn't quite join the orange, so I'm going to have a scout around because I know I'm not very far away from it. Oh, I see another piece of pink tape over through there. Okay, so I'm just going to join these pieces together, make it a bit more obvious and go from there. Aha! So slowly but surely I'm joining the pieces of tape together. That I found the rest of the trailers. This one's a bit of a pain in the rear end, so this one I will clear. There's a couple behind me up that way that are just too big to move, so they've already got well established trails around them. This one is small enough for me to get out of here and keep the trail where it should be, so out she comes. Done and dusted. Another one done. Oh, it's a bit of a pain. These ones with all the pine cones on them, damn, those things are heavy. Those little branches weigh a lot. I can't remember what kind of tree they are. They're a heavy tree. That's what those are. But that one was a bit of a pain because it's right across a very obvious path. I can see some bigger ones down here. They may well have to stay. And I should, not too far from here, start peeling round to the left. I should start peeling around to the left, let's put it that way. Because I know I had to bushwhack through that lot to cut that corner off. So I'm kind of hoping that down here I will bump into the orange tape people again. Oh, there looks like another one. Bump into the orange tape people and join all this back up. Right. Oh, this is only a little tiny one. That shouldn't take me long to get that out of there. Right, well, I've just come down that way from the top of the hill, and there's a red sign in the tree there. It says, there you go. And this is like a little T-junction. I almost missed this one. That one obviously goes right round the back and all the way around to the campground. I need to turn here, turn left here, and head back round. I was getting a bit worried there because I knew I needed to peel round to the left. So I have put some tape in the tree. Oh look, I found a saw, just like mine. Perfect. And then head down this way, and this should take me back round. I need to get a bit of a move on because I've noticed the clouds are building again. I do have my poncho with me, but bushwhacking in the poncho is never fun. And this is the piece of trail that I was trying to join the dots, because I bushwhacked through that lot to cut that corner off. So I'm going to see if I can join these pieces together, and I have a sneaking suspicion I will find Mr. Orange Tape here in a minute. Whoever that was, thank you very much. It sure did make this job so much easier. Yeah. Like I say, some people really hate tape, and if it's a well-established trail and everybody knows where they're going, oh, look at the moss on that tree. I love this stuff. I know where there's a tree up in the mountains, very, very dry tree, and it's absolutely covered in that stuff. It almost looks like a Christmas tree. It's got so much of it on it. Yeah, it's really cool. I can't remember what they call that now. Something or other, moss, I guess. Right, so this is my way down, and somewhere up here I'm going to find a cluster mess of trees, because that's what I found myself up against on the other side and couldn't find this piece of trail. So I suspect, looking at the mess that's coming up, I may not be too far away from it. Right, let me clear out some of these smaller pieces here.